Thank you, Sheila. So before we get on to the next speaker, there is one thing that I want to mention that I think is kind of important for today especially, and that is that this Audit the Fed movement in particular brings people together from many different political backgrounds. This is not just the Campaign for Liberty. You'll see other groups here as well. Some groups that many of us maybe wouldn't agree with a lot of other issues on. So some of the people in this crowd may actually believe that the Fed itself serves an important function as our central bank. Others here may agree with Thomas Jefferson and Andrew Jackson and think that the bank is not working in the interest of the people and would like to see the Fed ended altogether. Anyone? Some of you may believe what the Fed tells us when they say they're working for financial stability and fighting inflation.
They lie. They work for the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. They lie.
That is correct.
Other people here may believe the Austrian explanation.
Yeah.
That the business cycle is not an unexplainable or inherent part of the free market system, but that it is the artificial manipulation of interest rates lower than the market levels would bear that creates the boom that is not sustainable because there is no real savings in the economy to sustain it, that leads to the inevitable bust.
That's right. Yeah.
Likewise, some of you here today might be of the opinion that Ben Bernanke is a financial genius. He's bold. He brought our economy back from the brink. It's what I hear on the news every day.
The brink.
But other people here might just agree with people like Tom Woods and Peter Schiff, who tell us that what Bernanke is doing is just delaying the inevitable, and that he's perpetuating the same tired policies that created the crisis to begin with. Now I can tell you that, since the Fed's inception in 1913, the dollar has lost 95% of its value, and point to the fact that they have not done anything to prevent inflation. I can tell you about the $12 trillion that we the people are now on the hook for, thanks to their irresponsible policies. That number, $12 trillion, a year ago would have been incomprehensible. But since that first bailout of $700 billion, we are all just numb to these gigantic numbers. That number is greater than our entire debt that we took an entire 230 years to create, and 85% of our GDP. I can tell you about how the trillions of dollars in bailout money and loans and government guarantees will ensure the trend of debasement of our currency will continue to accelerate, leaving us with two choices: honest default or hyperinflation. But what it really comes down to is this. This nation was built on a system of checks and balances. The Founding Fathers understood that we cannot allow any one branch of government to get too powerful. And yet in 1913, Congress created the Federal Reserve Bank with the massive power of printing money out of thin air. And they created this institution with virtually no checks on that power. So the point is, we may not agree on everything here. People may not have agreed with everything that I've said. But one thing that brings us together today, and the reason we are here, is that we all agree on this one thing: that an institution that is legally allowed to create money out of nothing must have oversight, must be transparent, and must be accountable to the people of the United States of America.
Yes.
Yes!
If the actions of the Fed really are in our best interest, and if they're really there to provide stability and protect us from the swings and the violent fluctuations of the free market, then they have nothing to fear from this. They don't need to hire ex-Enron lobbyists to plead their case to us. Let the audit take place and ease our minds.
Yeah!
What are they hiding? Show us the money!
Show us the money.
Show us the money.
And
Central Bank.
real
Show us
quickly,
the
just want
gold
to
at
share.
Fort Knox. Where's the gold at Fort Knox? Has anybody seen that lately? Ask about the gold at Fort Knox.
Cash for gold.
Just to share with you one quick personal story here. A certain congressman from the Illinois 14th District, when approached by several members of Campaign for Liberty with petitions and with an ask that he step up and co-sponsor H.R. 1207 actually had the audacity to respond that, quote, there might be mass hysteria if the bill passes, and that's why he opposed it. He uses the phrase mass hysteria to argue that an audit was not necessary. I don't know about you, but I don't understand that. I think that just bolsters our case all the more.
Was it Mark Kirk? Say the name.
Oh, no, we will not be saying the name of the 14th District Congressman, Bill Foster, today.
Bill Foster, audit defense!
To sign on to this bill. But with that, we are here today. We will be delivering petitions, thousands of petitions, to Senators Durbin and Burris, who have not yet signed up to co-sponsor S604.
Who are they covering for? Who are they covering for? Who are they covering for?
We currently have 24 co-sponsors on S604. There are other groups, like I mentioned, all around the country today, holding similar rallies. And at 4 o'clock, we, along with these other groups, will be turning in tens of thousands of petitions asking that they all step up and do the right thing and ask for transparency of the Federal Reserve. Who's our next speaker, Justin?